Yes, we only got one word, and that word is Ubuntu. Ubuntu. Okay. So, Happy New Year again, everyone, and welcome again to Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. So, that song that I play, Ubuntu, is by Toby and Awu. And that verse, every nation all over the world is like many boats on one river of life. I love that verse. And if we were to say it in science of mind terms, we would say, for the many, one. From the many, one. Yes? From the many, one. And I love how, I can't remember who said it, but I wrote down the quote. The one contains the many, and the many contains the one. Without one, there cannot be many. Without the many, there cannot be one. So we are all connected. And this philosophy of the one is even, believe it or not, the seal that is on the United States of America when the 13 colonies came together, from the one, many. So we are welcoming in a new year. We're welcoming in a new theme. And I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited for us to be in the vibration of Ubuntu. And if you are not familiar with that term, I'm going to explain what it is and where it comes from, but you got a sense of it from that song. So this year, we're not fully following the larger organization of Centers for Spiritual Living's theme, but I do want to share what that theme is because it's the topic for our service today. So the CSL 2024 theme is a grand rising. And I want to share just a little bit of the context of a grand rising. So a grand rising can be a way that we greet each other. Grand rising means something more than good morning. It is embedded in the act of getting out and about beyond just the time of day that it is. It's an opportunity for us to rise up in a grand and magnificent way. The phrase is entering mainstream consciousness. You may hear more people saying grand rising as a way of greeting one another. I know I have a couple of friends who say grand rising. And the roots of it is based in spiritual Black Americans and astrology. So I'm not going to get into all of the astrology aspects of it, but just think about your rising sign, your rising sun, when you think about grand rising in an astrology context. So to use grand rising is a decision to begin the day with positivity and intentionality. So I remember when I was on my healing journey in my 20s, and I did a sacred woman ritual program with Queen Afua. And if you're not familiar with Queen Afua, you need to have her in your life. If you have any issues with your physical body, and for women specifically, your womb. And so she took us on a journey to heal our wounds as African American women. And one of the ways that we would greet each other, all the women that were in the program together, is we would say to each other, Grand Rising. And so the energy of Grand Rising carries deep, significant purpose and a deep spiritual significance. It's a testament of our divine gift of life and the rejuvenation of our spirit. It's an acknowledgement of our existence and giving voice to our higher power and gratitude for another opportunity to rise and shine and give God the glory. So, grand rising, everyone. So, with the theme Ubuntu, we rise together. And for there to be a world that works for everyone, we must rise together. That means that no one can be left behind. I encourage everyone to read, to add this book to your library this year. It's called Everyday Ubuntu. Everyday Ubuntu. And the subtitle is Living Better Together, the African Way. And it's by Munji Ngome Ni. And I might be pronouncing her name wrong. I know that I am. But she is the granddaughter of Desmond Tutu. And she wrote this book. And this is the book that CSL is using for the year. So we're all in alignment with Ubuntu. And I'm going to be sharing a couple of things from that book today. But it's basically a guide using the 14 principles of Ubuntu and how we can apply it in our lives. The other book that I recommend that I have on my Kindle, that's our book for January, is Strength in What Remains by Tracy Kidder. Strength in What Remains by Tracy Kidder. And it's a riveting story of a man named Dio Glacius. And he lives in Burundi in East Central Africa. And he survives a civil war and genocide and makes his way with almost nothing to the United States. And through the support and resources of complete strangers, he transforms his life, becomes a medical doctor, returns back to his country, and builds hospitals. Builds hospitals. And it's a testament of him having Ubuntu. He has Ubuntu. And in Burundi, Ubuntu means human generosity. So Ubuntu in the Xhosa culture in South Africa, it means I am because you are. I am because you are. I am because you are. And I've shared that with you many times since becoming, and even before being the spiritual director here at CSL. And it has deep roots for us as a society if we really want to create a world that works for everyone, if we really envision a world that is rooted in oneness. This philosophy of Ubuntu is a philosophy that we get to rise up in, if you will. So one of my favorite stories that illustrates the philosophy of Ubuntu is the story of an anthropologist who proposes a game to a group of children in South Africa. And I found a clip that illustrates it perfectly that I'm going to share with you. It's very, very brief. It's about 2 minutes. So I'm going to put that up.
The story of Ubuntu. One day, a Western anthropologist went to Africa to study the social behavior of an indigenous tribe. He proposed a game to the children, and they willingly agreed to be part of it. He put a basket filled with fruits underneath a tree and made the children stand 100 meters away. Then announced that whoever could reach the basket first would win the whole basket and could eat all the fruits by him or herself. He lined them all up, raised his hand to give the start signal. Ready, set, go. A Astonishingly, the children took each other's hands and started running together. They all reached the basket at the same time. Then they sat down in a big circle and enjoyed the fruits together, laughing and smiling the whole time. The anthropologist could not believe what he saw, and he asked them why they had waited for each other, as one could have taken the whole basket all for him or herself. The children shook their heads and replied, "Ubuntu. How can one of us be happy if all the others are sad?" One of the sayings in the country is Ubuntu. It means, I am because we all are. It is the essence of being human. Let's always have this attitude and spread happiness wherever we go. May we all live our lives with the spirit of Ubuntu.
May we all live our lives with the spirit of Ubuntu. So Ubuntu is about rising together. We saw the children. What did they do? They rose together. They ran together, and they all got to share in the fruits, right? If our country could get that lesson, oh my goodness. What an amazing place we would be. What an amazing place we would be. So a grand rising is when we all rise together. A rising cannot be grand if one of us doesn't rise. To rise means to ascend. Yes, it means to ascend. Desmond Tutu said, "One with Ubuntu is careful to walk in the world as one who recognizes the infinite worth of everyone with whom he or she comes into contact with. We recognize the infinite worth of everyone. I am worthy of the fruit. You are worthy of the fruit. We are worthy of the fruit together." So I'm going to be asking a couple of questions throughout today's message. And one of the questions is, are you willing to practice recognizing the infinite worth of everyone with whom you come in contact with? Take a breath. Are you willing to practice recognizing the infinite worth of everyone with whom you come in contact with? That means your boss that gets on your nerves. That means the neighbor who gets on your nerves. That means everybody you come into contact with, not just the people you like, not just the people who agree with you, not just those people, right? We get to practice recognizing the infinite worth of everyone we come into contact with. One of the lessons, lesson one in the book, Everyday Ubuntu, is see yourself in other people. Are you willing to see yourself in other people? Munji writes, Ubuntu should not be confused with kindness. Kindness is something we might try to show more of, yes, but Ubuntu goes much deeper. It's recognizing the inner worth of every human being, starting with yourself. So are you willing to practice seeing the infinite worth of who you are? And you can practice that by simply affirming and declaring, I am worthy, throughout the day when you start to feel like I'm not. We can reaffirm with feeling and with knowingness that we are worthy. So I would love this year for us to set aside a little bit of time during the service to share an Ubuntu experience that we encounter in our day-to-day living, an infinite worth experience that you have with yourself or with someone else, because we each get to practice Ubuntu. So starting next Sunday, we're going to set aside maybe just 5 minutes for anyone to share an Ubuntu experience, a way of being with our community of oneness, so that this will encourage us, inspire us, so that we can see, oh, so that's Ubuntu too. Oh, okay. I thought it had to be something extraordinary. No, it's just the simple way of how we see each other, the worthiness of each other. Yes? So the intention of doing this is to really support and inspire each other to be more conscious of how we're showing up in the world, to be more conscious of how we show up with ourselves, of how we can be the love, the light, the oneness that we know that we already are with ourselves and with other people. So just start keeping track of those moments, of those Ubuntu moments. Just write them down in you always have your phone. How about that? Make a note, call it Ubuntu moments, and just keep track of it that way, because we have a tendency to forget the little things and sometimes the big things too. So here are some other questions I would like for you to contemplate. We are setting an intention to rise together in the spirit of Ubuntu. Who's with me in setting that intention? Show of hands. You could do a reaction if you don't have your camera on. But setting an intention to rise together, a grand rising together in the spirit of Ubuntu. Yes, I see you, Sue. So, what is your grand rising this year? And what I mean by that is, what is seeking, what quality, what high vibration, what quality or attribute of your higher power, God, the universe, is seeking to rise within you and express more fully in the world? What is that for you? Let's name it, declare it, and claim it. So I will share mine. I do this every single year. I might call it different things, but every year I choose a attribute of God, a high vibration that I am making a commitment to more fully embody and express in the world, because it's already within me. All of the things are already within us. Nothing is missing. However, we have the opportunity to align more fully with it, to express it, to embody it, and to be it more fully. So for me, 2024 is the quality of surrender, structure, soaring, and consistency. Those are my 4 qualities that I am making a commitment to rise up as, to rise up as, and to anchor it within myself. I create a theme for myself for the year. And so my theme this year is I soar in 2024. I soar in 2024. So on those moments when I'm feeling like low, down, depressed, I say, well, okay, I'm feeling my feelings because I don't do spiritual bypasses. So I feel my feelings, but my higher self reminds me, the God within me reminds me that I soar in 2024. And maybe what I'm going through is something that I get to surrender, right? So, what are those qualities for you this year? So, just take that in over the next couple of days. Set a bedtime intention for it to become very clear for you what that vibration is. So, whatever that quality is, the next question is, are you willing to share the essence of your quality with your Rockland CSL family, with your family itself, and with your friends and the larger community? Are you willing to share the essence of the quality that you are more fully embodying and being in the world? That's a question. For there to be a grand rising, for there to be the experience, more fuller experience of Ubuntu, we, the ones who know, I'm looking at, it's like speaking to the, what's that saying, singing to the choir, speaking to the choir, right? Y'all know, right? So we get to be the example out there in the world. We get to be the ones to show people that there's another way that we could be with each other. We could be the love and the joy that we say that we are here at Rockland CSL. So who's with me? Who's willing to step out of their comfort zone? Because I know someone's saying, oh, I don't know about that, Red Melissa. I'm a really shy person. I don't really like to interact with people. All of those things. I know some of y'all. Yes, yes. So we're going to step out of our comfort zone and show the world what it looks like to be in the very presence of love. And we're going to share the fruits so that everyone gets to rise together. We can do our part, each one of us, and it will ripple out. It will ripple out. I promise you, it will ripple out into the world. So Ubuntu, one with Ubuntu, Desmond Tutu said, is careful to walk in the world as one who recognizes the infinite worth of everyone with whom he or she comes into contact with. So let us know that together. So I invite you to just go within so that we can anchor this in prayer. And so knowing that we are one, knowing that we are the expression of the one life, the one love, the one joy, the one peace, the one good and ever expanding good that we get to be and show up as in this world at this time. Knowing that this oneness breathes through us and as us, just as we are right here and right now. Knowing that the Almighty, all-knowing, all-powerful reverberates through us, through our physical, spiritual, mental, emotional beingness, is knowing the truth of who and whose we are. Knowing the infinite possibilities of community radiating out into the world as the philosophy, as the energy, as the truth of Ubuntu is what we are standing up and rising up as right here and right now. For the grand rising is already rising in within us. With every breath that we take, we rise. With every interaction with each other based in love, we rise. We rise within ourselves every day. And we greet every day with a grand rising because we have the opportunity, we have the choice to show up and show out as a representation of the divine one, the righteous one, the almighty one, the one that I call God, Mother, Father, God. So, as the representatives of love, as the representatives of joy, we do our work well. We do our work consciously. We do our work in divine right order. We do our work in peace. We do our work in harmony. And we do our work in Ubuntu. For we know already that we are the infinite worth. And so we act like we know because we know. We interact with each other like we know because we know that we are worthy. I am worthy. You are worthy. We are worthy. And there is enough, more than enough, to be shared in this world. So we turn within. We see with our spiritual eyes. We hear with our spiritual ears. We let nothing deter us from the power of love, from the power of Ubuntu. We see it all as an opportunity to share the truth, to share in the strength of love, the power of love, to show that love always rises up, to show that love encompasses all and everyone. So I am grateful. I am grateful for this new year of 2024. I am grateful for the energy that this year brings with it. It is the year of doing and being. It is the year of action. It is the year of manifesting power. And so we get to manifest that power of Ubuntu. I am grateful to be able to soar and to know that we are one, to soar in the oneness. I am grateful for all of the qualities and attributes that are bubbling up in each other right now, the attributes and the qualities that we are committed to say yes to. I am grateful for each and every opportunity that each and every one of us steps into this year. How about today? To be Ubuntu, to say, I have Ubuntu, and then share it on Sunday. Oh, I'm so grateful for the outpouring of the demonstrations of Ubuntu, for the opportunities to be seen and to be known. To take our greeting, we see you, we know you, we love you, we're thankful for you, out into the world, and to show that we mean it. I'm grateful for it all, God. Grateful for it all. Grateful for each one present, each one that hears this voice, that answers the call to be more, to rise up in a grand and magnificent way. And I release this fully and completely into the law that always says, yes, my beloved, tell me more. Tell me more about the desires of your heart. Yes. And what else, my love? I pour it all into the law, knowing that it cannot, will not, and does not return void in any way, but returns in the overflow of more. And knowing that this is so, we can say together, and so it is. Ashe, amen. So did a quality pop up for anyone? I just want to check in. There's a quality that popped up for you and you want to share it. You can write it in the comments or you can unmute yourself and you can share it here, give voice to it. It's very powerful to give voice to things. If you're online and you want to share it, you can do so.
I have one. When you were speaking, I have a challenging coworker that I'm trying to see the God in every day. So harmony is one I'm working with.
Harmony. That's a good one, Onay. Thank you. Transformation, Susie. Yes. Anyone on Facebook? Let me check. If there's a quality that bubbled up, just write it in the chat if you're with us on Facebook. I see you, Stacy and Deb and Erica, America. It's good to see you all joining us on Facebook. Being true, being my true self. Yes. Hope, joy, and patience, Caroline. Yes. Peacefulness, Cheryl. Yes. Very powerful vibrations. Gratitude, Jan. Yes. So declare it, know it, be it. The universe is taking our orders, y'all. Can't fulfill it if we don't put it in. So I'm going to start collecting these qualities and keeping a list of them. And I do this on Morning Sip also. And what I do is in my evening prayers, I pray for everyone and their quality to express more fully with grace and ease. Okay, thank y'all for that. So Erica is saying love. Yes, Erica. Deb said peace, compassion, and surrender. Yes. Stacy said clarity. Yes, yes. So be on the lookout because the order has been received and the opportunities are presenting themselves even now. Even now. Just watch. Just watch. So I can't wait to hear some of your Ubuntu experiences next Sunday. So this next song, I think everyone is familiar with. Oh no, this song is called We Will Rise, and it's by the Nulovi Youth Choir. I am killing these names. But this youth choir is from South Africa, and they were on America's Got Talent. So you might be familiar with them. So they sang this beautiful song called We Rise Up, and I'm going to play that for you now.